How happy are you on a scale of 1 to 10? This is actually a ridiculous question. I hope to show you in a series of shorts why you should be very skeptical about any data set that comes from academics or the media that gives you average happiness scores. This is actually going to feed into a more general issue about why these so-called category rating scales, these numerical scores, are deeply suspect. Now, returning to our happiness example, what's something that when I was a researcher and I would sometimes come across other people's data set using these scores, could get very uneasy about? It comes down to the idea of lucky and unlucky numbers. A lot of people in the West have a superstition with regard to the number 13. There often isn't a floor 13, I noticed on my first trip to the USA, which made me giggle. Now, this phenomenon, of course, doesn't really matter if you've got a scale of 1 to 10, but somewhere where it does matter is China. In China, there are a lot of people who have a superstition concerning the number 4. It has connotations with death, at least in traditional areas, and it comes down to the nature of the characterization of the character for 4 in Mandarin, as I understand it. Now, there's often no floor 4 in certain buildings in China. Now, if people are wanting to use a number 4 when asked about their happiness, but don't really want to put in 4, given its connotations, and go up or down to 3 or 5, what does that do to the data? Well, if I see, as a researcher, a suspicious dip when I go up the scale in terms of the number of people who've put 4 rather than 3 or 5, I don't know if that's real or if that's reflecting just the way that people answer the scale. Should I make an adjustment? I don't know. This is just one reason why you should be very careful about these. Now, it's one thing to talk about the dangers of comparing across countries. Even within a country, you can get weird oddities, and I'll return to China. I learnt that in Cantonese, once you get above number 10, there are some numbers which they have more amusing connotations. Let's just leave it at that. If you're doing a search on a home computer rather than a work computer, you might like to take a little search. You shouldn't get any funny images or anything, you'll just get a description. They might make you chuckle. They are a little bit rude, but just be wary.